Choose Parmalat for better lunches and better family time. Makes life better and better.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man and by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the open man? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. Ocean man. Ocean man. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip, 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 trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man and by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the open man? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man.
Darian, but it was so fast to go into Gary's top delay. This again, however, I'm at Darian today. We're continuing the stream we saw it on Darian Mate. For today, again, don't forget to check up Spotify, etc. Do not forget to check out Darian Mate, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, whatever, for information and time, whatever. Well, for today, let's start with Lord of the Rings Return of the King. I don't think there's an Eden Mod version of this game. Imagine if there was, that would be hilarious.
I'm sorry. I just wish I could have.
At this point in the game,
Surprisingly, no.
the single tile on the memorial wall is filled, and we aren't even done yet. Damn, don't I have enough problems? Arachnite has wiped out 100 war assets from the Alliance Engineering Corps. Speaking of war assets, things are not looking good in that department. Even after taking out the Elusive Man's base and recovering the Reaper Heart, we only have 2,279 war assets. This is well below the recommended minimum, and probably the lowest amount I've ever seen in one of my playthroughs. For additional context, This would have amounted to 1,140 effective military strength in the old Mass Effect 3 war asset system. Well, we go to war with the army we have. It's time to retake Earth.
Stand strong. Stand
Civilian.
Pack it out.
Other shuttle pilots seemed a bit mopey.
This is for Frodo!
This ain't gonna affect
It
his
is you
performance,
who
is it,
shall
buddy?
You're gonna pay for that, you fuckers! Come on, yeah!
When we reach the forward station, Shepard can usually call all of his squad mates and say goodbye before fighting to reach the catalyst. But if everyone is dead, then this happens instead.
Yes, Commander. Is there someone you'd like to reach? Yes, sir.
Earlier in the game, we spoke to Javik and encouraged him to view the Protean memory shard.
I think that's the one.
Unfortunately, the experience gave him great PTSD, and now he wants to kill himself.
Seeing the bastard in the Echo Shard, the faces of my men, I will go to the Cronian Nebula and I will find their graves. I will put their ghosts to rest. Then I will join them. You mean, it is as it should be, Commander. The last Protean voice has spoken. There's no more left to say.
After saying our last goodbyes, Anderson forms a plan to reach the Citadel beam. Shepard, Liara, and James fight through a pack of Reapers and take out the destroyer before making a mad dash to the beam. Just when it seems like everyone is going to make it, then this happens.
Okay, and he says it's better in the phone.
This is actually the only way Liara and James die on screen in Mass Effect 3. The only remaining squad mates at this point are EDI and Javik. But will they make it? Shepard presses onward, reaches the beam, and confronts the elusive man with Anderson.
No! You're the one who failed! And you will die knowing you're one of my greatest.
Perfect.
After dealing with the elusive man, we finally come face to face with the Star Child.
Why are you here?
Because of our extremely low war asset score, we actually only have one choice for the ending: destroy.
We'll take our chances.
And you have no choice. You must release the energy of the Crucible to end the cycle. The path is open. There's only one way ahead. Our future depends on you.
Well, I guess that makes things easy. Sorry, EDI and Death.
Okay.
Now you might be saying, but at least Joker and the remaining crew made it out alive, right? Well...
Come on. Fast.
So yeah, if your war asset score is below the minimum threshold, then Joker and the remaining crew, like Jobbik and Trainer, will all die when the catalyst explosion destroys the Normandy. What follows is probably the worst extended cut ending I've ever seen. It's super short, so I'll just play the whole thing.
We knew this war would test us. We knew the chances of victory was slim at best. But we are victorious. The Reapers are defeated. We deployed every strategy, fought every battle, sent every soldier and every hero to the brink. We held nothing back. Now, it's up to the survivors to rebuild, to start again.
I'm more concerned about Gimli, man.
I only hope the lessons learned in this war don't die along with those of us who fought to win it.
So yeah, I think this playthrough broke me. When I initially came up with the idea for this video, I wasn't even sure if it was possible to get everyone killed. But as I started working things out on paper, I realized, damn, I can really pull this off. It's absolutely wild to see how bad things can get in the Mass Effect trilogy if you make all the worst choices. I'd wager 99.9% of players will never see some of this content, because honestly, why would you want to fail this badly? Unless you're a soulless YouTuber like me. So there you have it, the absolute worst Mass Effect trilogy playthrough ever. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. I'm also on Instagram, so go follow me at Big Dan Gaming. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.
Thanks for slashing and knocking me down. Knock me down. Okay, bye. Gimli, Handle, and the Bloom. Where are they? Gimli, no! Wow, that's like number 2.
What's up, everyone? Big Dan.
Or number 3.
Before we begin, you should know I have over 150 Mass Effect trilogy videos on my channel.
Might as well go to the next game.
Rare choices, lore videos, and gods. If you want to see more Mass Effect, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Without further ado, let's dive right in. A lot of you have been asking me for this guide lately. I've made lots of videos on how to save individual characters.
I don't know why
how
the
to get the best ending in specific
screen
games, like Mass Effect 2 and 3,
the screen
but I didn't have a
quality goes down
video
when
that covers
it
the whole
maximizes.
trilogy. Well, that changes today. This guide will obviously have spoilers. I'm assuming most of you have already played these games. If you are new, then maybe don't watch the sections on the games you haven't finished yet. You've been forewarned. This is going to be a rapid fire kind of video, so if there's something that's still unclear to you by the end, I've put a list of links in the description to all of my more in-depth guides on how to save these characters. So let's start with Mass Effect 1. Vermeer is actually the only mission in the game where your squad mates can die. Rex is the first of these, and he's fairly easy to save if you know this confrontation is coming beforehand. There are a few ways to save Rex. The easiest is to complete the mission to retrieve his family armor. Talk to him after each main story mission, go through each dialogue, and eventually he'll give you a mission to retrieve his family armor. If you complete this mission before Vermeer, he will automatically back down during the standoff. Otherwise, you can talk him down with either a Paragon or Renegade speech check if you have 8 points in either Charm or Intimidate. There are some more obscure ways to save him on Vermeer as well. For instance, if you don't recruit Garrus before Vermeer, then Rex will back down automatically. You can also wait to recruit Rex until after you've completed Vermeer, in which case the standoff will never happen. But these are super rare edge cases. Just go with the family armor mission or the speech check to keep things clean and simple. Another character you can save on Vermeer is the Solarian Captain Kirihine.
Oh, at least
His team on the beach. There are a series of optional objectives you need to complete as you proceed to Saren's base. On your way to the base, be sure to do the following actions. Disrupt communications by interacting with this terminal, destroy the satellite uplink, and destroy the Geth flyers. When you reach the base, simply disable the alarms. Don't trigger alarms on the far side of the base. If you do everything right, then here he will survive Vermeer and return in Mass Effect 3. Near the end of the Vermeer mission, you'll have to choose to save either Ashley or Kate. One of these squad mates will always die during the mission, regardless of what you do. You cannot save them both. And you can't sacrifice them both either. So just choose the one you like more or hate less. That's pretty much it for Mass Effect 1. If you're playing as a Paragon, I also recommend saving the Arachnite Queen and rescuing the Council, as both will help boost your war assets in Mass Effect 3. So let's talk about Mass Effect 2. A lot of characters can die in Mass Effect 2, but funnily enough, it's the only game in the trilogy where you can save absolutely everybody in your squad and ship crew. I have a full guide that details step by step how to save everyone in Mass Effect 2, so I'm just going to give you here. If you're clear on the steps I'm about to give you, then go watch the full guide, which I'll link in the description. The most important factor in keeping everyone alive is completing all of your squad mates' loyalty missions. If you gain everyone's loyalty, then it is much easier to keep all your squad mates alive during the final mission. In most cases, simply completing the mission automatically earns their loyalty. There are a few exceptions, though. In Tally's mission, you cannot use evidence of her father's crimes in the trial. Otherwise, she'll be really mad at you, and you won't get her loyalty. In Saeed's mission, you have to kill Vito Santiago or pass a Paragon speech check at the end if you opt to save the factory workers instead. Thane and Samara's missions are actually failable. In Thane's mission, you have to keep track of Jordan to lead during the part when you're on the catwalks. The timer is pretty generous, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem with it. And in Samara's mission, if you choose the wrong dialogue options when you're at the bar with Warren, then she'll get bored and bail on Shepard before you can trap her. It's pretty easy to keep her interested, though. Just choose renegade dialogue options in the bottom left corner and steer clear of topics like just the cars and family, and you should be good to go. As for mission timing, I highly recommend completing all of the loyalty missions before you get the Reaper IFF. You can save Tally's mission for afterwards if you want to. If you want to get that unique dialogue where you bring Legion to Tally's trial, but I recommend completing at least 10 of your squad mates' loyalty missions before getting the IFF. The reason for this is because shortly after the Reaper IFF mission, the collectors will kidnap the Normandy crew. And if you complete more than one mission after the crew's been abducted, some of them will end up dying before you can rescue them. So basically, here's the order of operations. Do 10 or 11 loyalty missions, do the Reaper IFF mission, do Legion's loyalty mission, the Normandy crew gets abducted, and then launch the final mission. Another important aspect of the final mission is ship upgrades. You want to complete the following upgrades before going through the Omega-4 relay. Heavy ship armor, the Phoenix cannon, and the shield.
Well, it's not very much.
The suicide mission itself, you'll also need to select the right characters for specialty roles throughout the mission.
Oh, so she just...
Tech specialist, aka event specialist, Tally, Legion, or Kasumi. Fire team leader, Garrus, Miranda, or Jacob. Biotic bubble specialist, Jack or Samara. You also want to send someone back with the rescue Normandy crew. I recommend Kasumi, Tally, or Morgan. Second fire team leader, Garrus, Miranda, or Jacob. During the final part of the mission, you'll want to leave your stronger squad mates to hold the door while Shepard plus 2 go to fight the human Reaper. The strongest characters are Garrus, Saeed, and Grunt. If everyone's loyal, you should have more than enough points among your remaining squad to keep everyone alive during this fight. If you follow all of these steps, then everyone should survive Mass Effect 2. But before we move on to 3, I want to mention a couple of important decisions during loyalty missions and other parts of the game. During Warden's loyalty mission, I recommend saving Malin's data, since it will ensure Eve's survival in Mass Effect 3. During Legion's mission, it's better to destroy the Geth heretics, which will make it easier to achieve peace between the Geth and Quarians in Mass Effect 3. This one is optional. You can still achieve peace if you rewrite the heretics, but it is a little bit harder. You also want to make sure that Tally gets executed during her trial without using the evidence against her father. You can do this by passing a speech check or by rallying the crowd if you let Theodore lead Retali on Freedom's progress, and you saved Call Rieger on Haystrom. Oh, and another random decision is that she'll want to have dinner with Kelly Chambers. Otherwise, she won't appear in Mass Effect 3. To do this, you'll need to choose flirty dialogue options with her throughout the game and speak to her frequently after missions. Eventually, you'll have an option to invite her to your cabin for dinner. If you do this and save her from the Collector base, then she will appear on the Citadel in the final game. As for DLC choices, pretty much the only one that matters is Overlord. I recommend sending David Archer to Grissom Academy. Don't leave him with Cerberus. That's basically it for Mass Effect 2. It's a little complicated, but if you follow all these steps, then you should have no problem.
Time for Star Wars fun.
So let's talk about Mass Effect 3. A lot of characters can die in this game, and a handful cannot be saved no matter what you do. Talk about your favorite characters first, and then we'll talk about war assets and the ending near the end of the video. Off the top of my head, here are all the characters who can potentially die in Mass Effect 3. Miranda, Steve Cortez, Tali, Legion, Grunt, Zaid, Kasumi, though it's unclear if she actually dies, Kelly Chambers, Ashley or Caden, Thane, Morden, Rex, if you sabotage the genophage cure, Samara, and Javin. Sort of, if you use the memory. Some other characters can die during the final mission if you have extremely low war assets, but if you're following this guide, you don't need to worry about that. If you're curious and slightly masochistic, then watch my worst Mass Effect playthrough ever video to see what happens if you have extremely low war assets. So let's talk about how to save these characters. I'll tackle this in rough chronological order, and I may skip around a little bit because of side quests. Kasumi, Zaid, and Grunt will all survive if you completed their loyalty missions in Mass Effect 2. So that's an easy one. If you had dinner with Kelly Chambers and saved her from the Collectors in Mass Effect 2, then you'll find her in the docks holding area early in the game. When you speak to her, be sure to choose the Renegade option and tell her to change her identity. Otherwise, she'll be killed by Cerberus during the coup attempt. If she survives, later on, she'll also admit that she spied on you for the Elusive Man. During this conversation, choose the Paragon option and forgive her. If you don't forgive her, then she'll commit suicide, which is really dark. Come to think of it, a lot of characters try to kill themselves in Mass Effect 3. I guess everyone's just on the brink. Steve Cortez is another character who can die in Mass Effect 3. To save him, you just need to complete his loyalty arc. I call it an arc because it's not a mission or anything, just a series of conversations you have with him on the Normandy and the Citadel. You basically need to progress it to at least the point where he places an iPad on the refugee memorial. That way he'll survive the shuttle crash during Priority Earth. Next up is Morden. He's most likely going to die in your playthrough, unfortunately. He will either die curing the genophage if you're Paragon, or you'll have to shoot him if you want to sabotage the genophage, which I really don't recommend unless you're going full-blown Renegade. There is one secret option to save Morden, but it is pretty obscure. Rex needs to die in Mass Effect 1, and you need to destroy Malin's data in Mass Effect 2, which will cause Eve to die during the Chichanka mission. If Rex and Eve are both dead, you can convince Morden to sabotage the genophage and go work on the Crucible project instead. I love Morden, but it's not really worth sacrificing Rex and sabotaging the genophage to save him. There's barely any contact with Morden post-Chichanka, except for a handful of emails and a hologram conversation on Earth. You can just watch my YouTube video on what happens if you save Morden if you want to see all that. If you save Malin's data in Mass Effect 2 and cure the genophage in Mass Effect 3, then Rex and Eve will still be alive, giving you maximum Krogan support. Alright, next up is Thane and the Vermeer survivor. Yeah, Thane is guaranteed to die in Mass Effect 3 if he's still alive. You'll want to talk to him in the hospital early in the game because he'll save the Solarian Council during Priority to Citadel 2. Here he is a backup for this role, but it's better if Thane does it because he's dying from Kepro syndrome anyway. Vermeer survivor can possibly die during the Cerberus coup if you cannot convince them to stand down. It's pretty easy to save them, though. There are a bunch of factors that affect how much they trust Shepard. The easiest ways to win them over are to visit them in the hospital on the Citadel and to lower your weapons at the beginning of the standoff. Doing this will at the very least give you the option to talk them down with a speech check, if not get them to side with you automatically. Miranda is one of the more complicated characters to save in Mass Effect, but it's still fairly fairly easy to keep her alive if you know the steps. Basically, you need to do all of the following things. Have all 3 conversations with her on the Citadel, read Kai Lang's dossier that Anderson gives you after priority the Citadel. 2, it's on your private messages terminal. If you do that, then Shepard warns Miranda about Kai Lang during the Spectre office hologram conversation.
Kai Lang, that slippery bastard's still alive.
Then you need to give her access to Alliance resources during the Presidium apartment conversation. Also, if you romance Miranda in Mass Effect 2, then you can't break up with her during that first conversation in the Citadel docking bay. Otherwise, it's a death sentence. If you do all that correctly, she'll survive Kai Lang's attack during the Horizon mission. You're not entirely out of the woods yet. During the standoff with Henry Lawson, you'll also
Introduction. Hologram.
speech check or hit the renegade interrupt to meet Captain Oriana and give Miranda the opportunity to strike. If you don't do that, Miranda preemptively attacks and Henry Lawson fatally shoots her in the stomach. So let's back up a bit and talk about the Corian conflict. Tali and or Legion will die during priority random decisions you make. Legion will always die during this mission. There is no way to save him, unfortunately. Tali will only die if you side with the Geth, in which case she jumps off a cliff. The best outcome you can get is peace between the Geth and Corians. I have a full guide on how to do this step by step, but the Cliff Notes version is this. Complete Tali's loyalty mission in Mass Effect 2, and get her cleared of all charges without using evidence against her father. Complete Legion's loyalty mission, and ideally destroy the Geth heretics. You can still get peace if you rewrite them, but you have to do everything else correctly. Have both Tali and Legion survive the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2. Save Admiral Chorus in Mass Effect 3. Complete the Geth Fighter Squadron side mission on Rannoch. And Shepard also needs to have a reputation score of at least 4 bars or higher. If you do all of that, you'll unlock the Paragon and Renegade speech checks to secure peace at the end of the mission. Samara can die during the Ardot Yakshi Monastery mission. But all you need to do is to hit the Paragon interrupt to save her before she tries to blow her brains out. Javik can sort of die in that. Basically tell you he's going to end his own life after the Reapers are defeated. After Horizon, Shepard will have a conversation with Javik about whether or not he should take a look at the memory shard in his room. Don't do it. Choose the Renegade option here and spare him the pain of revisiting the Prothean extinction. So that's basically it for saving. The rest comes down to war assets and your choice of ending. So let's talk about that. I personally don't really enjoy any of the ending choices for Mass Effect 3. They're all ultimately unsatisfying to me. But generally, the way I see it, the 2 best versions are the Destroy ending where Shepard survives, and then Synthesis, I guess. As far as I know, you need about 8,000 total military strength for Shepard to survive in the Destroy ending. This means you'll need to complete all of Mass Effect 3's DLC, as well as pretty much all of the side missions and planet scanning. For the latter, I recommend just looking up a list of war assets on the Mass Effect wiki and going to scan all of the relevant planets that have war assets. Otherwise, it's just too tedious trying to find everything, and you'll waste a lot of time on a minigame which isn't all that fun. Also, one other tip. Some of the Citadel side missions require items that you can only get during N7 missions. But if you miss any of those items, you can always buy them in the Spectre requisitions terminal on the Citadel.
Listen.
If you don't pick up some random collectible while getting fired at by Cerberus troops. As for major decisions in 3, I imagine most of you are going Paragon, so I recommend, during the Genophage, saving the Night Queen, only if you saved her in Mass Effect 1, convincing Wallach to join the war effort. You actually get a lot of war assets from the Libertarian fleet, and securing peace between the Geth and Quarians. If you do all that stuff I mentioned, you should have at least 8,000 total military strength, and be able to get that little cutscene where Shepard breathes. One thing I will note about the Destroy ending, however, is that Edie and the Geth will not survive. So if that bothers you too much, then maybe go with Synthesis or Control instead. So there you have it. How to save everyone and get the best ending in Mass Effect Legendary Edition. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Game Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. I also have a bunch more Mass Effect videos, so why don't you check out another one? Like this one I put on the screen. Shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this is Big Dan. I should go.
Yes, there's need to find because the door would come up. And we won! Let's see, what's next? We have a few more games left, and I'm afraid. No, the stream, unfortunately. Let's do it. Let's see someone drawing us. Okay, I think I almost clicked the stop sharing button. That would have been a disaster. Oh shit, I selected the wrong map. Doing 3 more games.
this video, we're going to explore what happens if you don't punch the reporter, Kalisa, Benzine, and Al-Jawani in the Mass Effect trilogy. I'll show you what happens in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, where the commander keeps a cool head during her media hatchet jobs. Keep watching to see it all. What's up, everyone? Big Dan here. Before we begin, I have a bunch of different Mass Effect trilogy guides and more videos on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing more, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Punching the reporter in the Mass Effect trilogy is a pretty well established meme at this point, and something that many players will do in every game. But today, we're going to explore what happens when we don't punch the reporter, starting with Mass Effect 1. There is a surprisingly large amount of dialogue variation, especially in the first game, so I've put timestamps in the description if you want to navigate to a specific part. For starters, let's take a look at the Paragon responses to Miss Al-Jawani's questions.
Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Admiral Hackett will be pleased by the restraint Shepard showed during the interview.
Commander, Miss Al-Jawani's story on you just aired. She shouldn't have ambushed you like that. Pretty well.
We had differences of opinion, sir. I hope she at least believed my sincerity.
You handled yourself pretty well, Commander. She came across like a raving idiot. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back. I won't keep you any longer. Feel free out.
We also take a hard pro-human stance in the interview, which gets more positive responses from her.
Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
We all know it should have happened years ago. I hope the Council realizes that we won't sit at the kids' table forever.
I believe that without firm action on our part, the Council will continue to treat us like poor relations. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
I think they know not to ask me to work against my own people.
I think our viewers will be glad to hear that, Commander. You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Normandy is a trying human entity.
America.
Outside the box.
It's gratifying. Many Exodus officers claim that the Alliance can't compete with the naval power of, say, the Turians. Appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Honey, I read the Alliance before. Underneath where the Normandy can go. A sad big mistake.
No sense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren.
Shouting a real America. Fuck the border.
For a long time, the Council sat on their hands in regard to Sarah. I have to wonder where their thumbs were.
Strong words. It's a good time for strong
Anyway,
words.
Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.
However, Admiral Hackett will not be as happy about your
Bye.
especially if you leak
End
info
of the
about Terry.
show. Bye.
Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. Said it's gonna be a good one, just wait and see.